Easy shade container. So first off, I want to tell people what shade is. Shade is either morning sun or dappled sun through the afternoon. As long as you're getting 4 hours of some sort of light where it's not afternoon hot sun, that's shade. Shade is not darkness. So morning, meaning if you face north, you face east, maybe you have a tree that's creating dappled light, that's pretty much a shaded location. Now, let's talk about building a container. We want to use a pot that has good soil and lots of soil with that, because that's not going to dry out as fast. This is a little bit of a shorter pot as well. We want to use a good soil formulated specifically for a container like Miracle Grow, that is, moisture control potting mix. It has that ability to retain that moisture and dry out at the same time. Then it comes down to plant selection, selecting plants for shade. What makes it easy? Well, my Easy by Frankie line, if you look for those that have that little cloud on the side right there, those are the plants that you can use in shade. Now, what I'm going to accessorize here with is this tropical plant that I'm going to add with the Easy by Frankie's to create a really cool container. And for a thriller this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a fern in. This fern variety is called Kimberly Queen. And the Kimberly Queen fern is one that will do well in shade, but also can tolerate even a little bit more sun. Just spin that guy there. So this guy here over time is going to get quite big. And these guys here look absolutely beautiful. So you get that nice upright foliage. Now what we're going to do is just to add a little bit of color contrast is we're going to use the Coleus. The Coleus is a fantastic shade plant that will get big, and it's all about the leaves, the color on the leaves, not about the color through flower. So we're going to throw in 3 of those guys. So I'm just going to break up that little soil bat there, pop him in a little bit, spin that pot a little bit so that way you can see it. Then we're going to do this one over here as well. So once again, Coleus, great for shade. There are some shade varieties, that is some Coleus varieties, be careful out there, that are for sun. So make sure that you're selecting a variety of Coleus for shade. So we're gonna pop that guy in there too. Now one more. So right now we got 1 fern, 3 Coleus. To add a little bit of flavor to this, to add a little bit of fun, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this Begonia. This Begonia variety is called Mistral. It's a newer variety of begonia with lots and lots of flowers, pink, that's going to match the pink foliage that we have there. So this guy here is going to look absolutely fantastic as it's blooming, and at the same time, as it blooms, it will almost trail its way over. I'm just going to break that up, pop that guy right in. Boom. I'm just going to spin that so you can take a look right there. So we're going to add 3 of those guys. So fairly simple. What I'm using, pink is kind of a color theme that I have going on right now. At the same token, I'm using the foliage, the pinks, the greens, the foliage in the container. Oh my goodness, that there is looking like beautiful, beautiful, beautiful summer-like day in a shaded space where you can be nice and cool. And finally, what I'm gonna do is to keep this a little bit cheap, but also cheerful, just gonna pop him in, is I'm gonna add a little bit of extra spillers. The extra spillers that I'm gonna use, this is called Lamium. Lamium is actually a perennial, so I want you to be careful with this guy, because if it ends up in your garden, it can overtake your garden. In a container, it's fantastic, but in your garden, not so great. So we're just gonna pop some of these guys in just for that little bit of trail, and you can see with that other foliage just adds a little bit more kind of just softness to the container. I'm gonna pop another one over here. And there we have it, really. So what we have is our Kimberly Queen ferns, we have Coleus, we have the Mistral begonias, all Easy by Frankie, and then just to add a little bit of an extra trail, we have that nice little Lamium. And there what you have is a container that is fantastic in a shaded space, and it's all the right plants for the right place. We have you made in the shade.